Coming off the backs of 15 under in round one, I am very pleased with how it's going so far. Question is, can we keep it up? And can we improve our putting in just a small matter of time? That is the question. Round two off the back tees, the winds drop down to medium out of the west. Fairways firm up just a little bit from soft to moderate, which is not bad. And now we get soft and fast on the green. So we went from like firm and slow. Now it's going to be soft and fast. And as I say those things out loud, it sounds a little bit backwards, but hey, what do I know? All right, let's try and play a little fade up this side here. Not too bad. Hanging out a little bit to the right, which is okay, because we've got right to left slope. So if anything's going to feed us down here, that's going to be beautiful. Hey, what's going on, Bredolin? Thank you very much, man. Yeah, I'm very pleased with the way that it started. Now we just got to carry it through for several rounds. Now we just got to carry it through for several rounds. How hard could that be? You know? How hard could that be? I think we got to throw this pitching wedge up into the air. I feel like with these steep slopes, I'm going to do what I did on the last hole that we did this on last round and like really trying to envision what that club face angle looks like at impact, just to try and help get my alignment down. It seems to be helping so far. For every reason, like just seeing that practice swing seems to be helping at the moment get that squared away. All right, so green speeds have definitely increased here. Things were already breaking quite a bit, so I don't want to necessarily be super lax, you know, and just be under this assumption that it's not gonna break all that much. Feel like we gotta give quite a bit on these. I overhit it. That's all there is to it. That was the right read. I just blasted that one through the putt. All right, well, let's do it again because we're 8 foot away. All right, we don't make the same mistake twice. Almost do. Have I calibrated recently? I honestly don't think I've recalibrated since the game came out. I'm pretty consistent in my tempo and have been. So kind of once I got things settled in, I don't like to recalibrate. Maybe I've recalibrated once or twice since, but I don't recalibrate unless something just feels super, super off to me. Well, this is quite the bind, because I think we land fairly short, and everything is uphill. We might have to go up to 5-iron here? We're going to lose 15 yards from the uphill. It's 191. I mean, you're going to lose, it's like 187 uphill and then comes back down? Yeah, I mean, kind of crazy to think that, but that might actually be the case. I'm going to play it around here. Just thinking that it's gonna need to run around the right to left and kind of treat it like a bowl. If I went straight at it, I felt like I would end up too far left of the hole, which I might still end up too far left of the hole. But was kind of hoping it would curl back. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Maybe if I did go a little bit straighter at it, we would have had a better shot. I feel like everything, though, at the end of the day ends up doing this little curl around. So that breaks a little bit right to left at the start. But then as we go along here, it's definitely breaking more at the end. So I have to think, like, we're hitting it through this. So the break has to be more at the end. That still almost misses high, but let's get in there. So hole number 2. There's your eagle, Seb. Hopefully hole number 2 is not the only one that we're gonna find eagle on this week. Hopefully we can spread the wealth. Eagle many holes. Yeah, I want to be fair to all the holes out there. I don't want to just eagle one of them, you know? Gotta have a balanced approach. Now these are soft greens, so I do think if we can dial this up correctly, it's just a matter of like how. Just take a touch off, because that wind is playing slightly into us. I underhit it, though. Look at that line. Oh, we were on such a good line. Now I'm going to be short of the green because I underhit it by freaking 6%. Oh, that's painful. All right, what is this break going to do? It's gonna start right to left. It's too much. I don't think it comes back enough. Well, if you don't hit it enough either, maybe it was the right read. Just didn't quite get it going off of the fringe or the fairway. Ooh. Downhill, downwind, front pin. Not really like the best. Not really the best that we could ask for here. I think I've kind of got to do something along the lines of 5-iron with a little bit of loft. I mean, you're hanging it, you're letting the wind bring you a little bit right. I mean, I might be up too far on the right. I just don't like the idea of ending up super far left. A little bit fast. I think we're too far still. Because this is going to get on the green and just run. Nasty, nasty pin. Really quite a tough one to get after, if I'm being completely honest. Anytime that you like bring the fairway into play on a par 3, I always find it very challenging. Hey, what's going on, Elder? Yeah, we were able to get a 15 on the first round. Eagled the second, trying to keep the gas pedal down. You know, I was definitely concerned about my ability to score. So I'm hoping that we can keep the scoring going. It's gonna be short. Just a touch short. All right, but I'm happy with the line. I'm happy with the line. I think we've got some good putt reads. I don't think they're always all the best. I think generally speaking, we have some pretty good putt reads. It's just kind of making that final bit of... that final jump in consistency. So it's 340 to the front edge. I can get this without touching anything probably close to that. I think if you just go full send... something like this. %, a little bit fast. Yeah, that 98... it's gonna be what gets us not in trouble here, but is gonna be what takes us just a little bit short. But hey, we've got to look for eagle. Would be nice if we can make it so that, yeah, we've got 2 eagles on 2 so far, Lucas. Hopefully here we can make it so we add to that eagle collection. You know, it's not just the 2. That would be great. Would really love that for myself. So this just like switches back at the end. But I would still think that you're mostly looking left to right. It's just how much is there? Absolutely buried it. All right, well, the scorecard is unnatural, but hey, 2 eagles, we take it. Let's just maybe sprinkle some other scoring in there. I mean, if we own the eagle, that's fine. I just need like 8 eagles then, and that's asking a lot. So I'd like to sprinkle some birdies in. I wouldn't mind an eagle here though. Eight iron short of the green. Oh man, all right. So we're looking somewhere in the 7 iron ballpark. Wind is gonna knock it down just a touch. It's soft greens, but it's fast. But I still honestly think need a little bit of loft. And we might still be long, but see how it plays. 98%. Could be good. Could be good. All right. Take those. We absolutely take those. All right, birdie on the board. Birdie on the board. That's what we like to see. Not a bad strike here either. Should leave us a pretty decent number coming in. Yeah, 103. So we're going to be able to take this lob wedge and make it work for us. Because I think we go a little bit long. Go a few yards long. Maybe not really even that many, just given the lie that we have. Faster greens, so I should be able to play... little bit of shape into here. Oh, come on. You're not going to bite back more than that? And right there is the danger. I am the danger. No, but right there is the danger. Like, if you don't get it dialed up just right, leave ourselves with the downhiller behind. Oh, I feel like I underhit that. Actually, I mean, I think I underhit it relative to what I was trying to, which would have probably made the putt, but we definitely would have been carrying quite a head of steam there. Not a terrible effort. Just have to leave myself less of these downhill putts. I think that's probably one reason why my putting stat line is so bad. I probably leave myself more downhill and bendy putts than the average guy. I'm trying to be better about it, but not always the easiest task. So we're in a bit of a predicament. I think we're gonna have to rely something here on a little bit of loft and spin on this gap wedge. All right. I'm hoping that this pitch shot is what we need it to be. Didn't sound great. That downhill lie really got us. It bit, so that's good. But that downhill lie really let it get away. All right, come on. Just gotta commit to the putt. All right, I'm done committing to putts. It sucks. Stupid idea. Why would I want to do that anyway? .280 and then wind. Get the bounce. I mean, I think this 3-wood, honestly, probably is too much. Like, we're probably running way down on this green here. But I don't think there's anywhere where we're like stopping this. So I think I'm gonna put it in a way that it maybe tries to sit it just a touch more. But like, realistically speaking, this is just gonna run towards the back of the green in a best case scenario. Oh, come on. Gently go into the hole. All right. I mean, I got my hopes up for a brief moment there, and I think that's acceptable. Yeah, I think that was always the case. I was hoping that, like, the best case scenario was an uphill putt. I suppose that this is okay as well. You know, I suppose that this is all right. I am gonna give it a little bit. It's a little bit left, but distance-wise, oh, that's spot on. All right, we'll take the up and down bird. Little chip in would have been sweet, but that'll have to do. I think this hole is just always going to be drive it out to this left-hand side of the fairway. I don't know that there's going to be a situation where going over to the right makes more sense. I do know we're putting ourselves into a little bit of a bind every time that we go here. Because it's not the flattest thing in the world. And, like, we're uphill and into wind and all of that fun stuff, so... You know, gap wedge pitch, and, like, I'm setting myself up to come up way short. So, it's, can you make the pitching wedge pitch work? Maybe? It feels like this is too much club, though. I mean, I'm gonna pretty much have to... gonna have to loft this up a little bit, I think, in order to make it work. And then I want to see the practice swing. Alright. Let's do it. It's a good strike. It's a good line, too. Now have the bite. Oh, that is beautiful stuff. That is beautiful stuff. We have been conjuring up great shots on this hole so far. Through 2 rounds. Alright, par 3. Part of me wants to say that the pin is in a friendlier spot, but realistically speaking, it's not. Because we're still taking quite a bit of club here. The only chance we have is like something like this, where you full backspin, try and like get this to just land on the green, but then kind of playing on this kick as well. I don't know. This is a funky shot, but I feel like it's what we have to do. It doesn't quite make it to the green. Have the bite, though. Have the bite. It's down the ridge. So even with all of that, too far to the right. Okay, so both times this hole has deceived me well enough to the point where I've been off on the right-hand side. Both playing a draw and a fade, so I think my perception of things is just a bit skewed. Alright, I think I like this. Might be too firm. Oh no, it's perfect. Ooh, there we go. There we go. It's so tough because I'm like playing it in a way where I don't really aim for enough power on the long one, and then I try and overhit it just a touch. Because I tend to, if I go for the under aim and I overhit it, then it's worse. So I like try and play for the overhit, so it feels like you're just absolutely blasting it. But you gotta trust sometimes that everything else that you've calculated pre-shot is exactly what you needed it to be. And in that case right there, it was exactly that. Alright. I'm sticking with this strategy because I feel like it has been good to me so far. In trying to figure out exactly what the club face is doing and what things are gonna look like. I slowed it. But I do think it's putting me on a slightly better line. I think it's helping me out with those. That's one thing I think that's, aside from putting, has been the biggest struggle of late, is the side hill lies at your feet. So that's my current tip, is take a practice swing and just see how the shot feels. Because I think our brains have enough historical data on visuals. So you just try and reconcile the two, essentially. That felt like it snapped off. Oh, but it's still in there. All right. Well, not feeling great off of the putter on a few here, but we're still making some putts happen, so. What's going on, Two Penny? Couldn't beat you in a streamer playoff? What is a streamer playoff? Drifting a little bit too far to the right on this. Streamer v streamer? What are the terms and conditions of this, though? Because I'm not playing on anything, first off, under Master Swing difficulty. I'm not saying that we're going to do it, but I'm just trying to figure out how this would be structured. Alright, this is definitely too much. If we take 6-iron, that kick off of this ledge is going to be massive. Is there any way that you could play a fade into this? I don't know. I don't know that you could. Alright, we'll see about this. This might be short. But this would at least give me the opportunity, if it goes somewhat okay, to have like a short chip shot. Yeah, I gotta be okay with that. Like, I'm trying to find a way to realistically put ourselves close, and I think that that is almost always going to be the best. Oh, I pushed it. Dang. Had everything else about it dialed up just right and managed to get off on the backswing a little bit. It's okay, we'll take the birdie there. Nice and easy. I think you just kind of are always driving this up here. Like, take the pitch shot. Because I know what I run into is if I try and lay up and do something with the 3-wood, you've got wind into the face and a little bit of backstop behind, and it's close to the back edge. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to spin this thing out. So I need something that has a little bit less bite. Now, this is still too much, but I don't think I have another club, so maybe I should have laid up with 3-wood. Maybe that is the play that I should have taken. 64, I don't think we're losing 10 yards. We're definitely losing something, though. Alright. I'd rather be a little bit long than a little bit short, so we're gonna go with this. %. Oh, but that's good. That's good. I was a little bit long. That is much, much better than I thought it was going to turn out. I thought with the 90, because I'm assuming, obviously, that I got it right, because, you know, when have I ever messed anything up? Yeah, so I'm like, I'm thinking, oh no, I underhit it. We're going to be on that ridge and back, and then ends up being that that lie and that wind didn't take off quite as much. Probably because it's all uphill. Uphill and a pitch, so like that wind doesn't play near as much. Also, can I just say, our swing has been pretty dang nice through the first 2 rounds here. Feel like we're pretty locked and loaded. This 4-iron is to get 20 yards and it be uphill. Like, I don't think we can, but we obviously run into some issues here. Where I think I'm gonna have to, I'm getting aggressive. I'm going with the hybrid. All right, let's see how this goes. A little bit fast. It's needed to hang on here. I know it kind of all feeds left. Oh, I left it too short, and we're going to come all the way back. Dang. Not too shabby. Not too shabby, but just took a little bit too much off of it. I was so concerned about being long. End up going the complete other way on us. So if we get it somewhere in here. A little bit far, but it's on a good line. Yeah. I really thought with the soft, overhit that a little bit, but I really did think with the soft greens we were going to have a different outcome. Hey, what's going on, Wayne? Thank you for the luck, man. How are you doing today? Hope all is well with you. Get in there. All right, let's keep this birdie train rolling home. Let's keep this birdie train rolling home. Hey, how's it going, Cross Eyes? How we doing today? We're having almost as good of a start as we could ask for. First tournament back in Platte after not having played much Platte. Swing's pretty good today. You know, same things as always, could use some work, but I feel like we're making good adjustments. I feel like things are definitely going pretty well. Tough week 1? It hasn't been too tough. No, I think this week is more of a shootout week. I think this week's more of a shootout week. I like the line. Get up there. See, that's the soft bounce. That's the soft bounce. If we had the firmer bounce, that would have been great. But that last hole, like, got in my head, like, nah, it'll bounce. Well, it hadn't really been bouncing all that much for the first little bit. All right, keep it rolling. 2 more to go. Green stuffed you, but you sort of salvaged a decent score. Yeah, the greens aren't necessarily the easiest thing, and we've definitely been caught out on a few putts. So far, they've been dropping my way enough. But yeah, they're not necessarily easy all the time. Biggest thing has been my ball striking has been very, very much so on point. But the uphill, I took too much off of it. This is going to be a tough putt. This is going to be a very tough putt. Come on. All right, I don't know what it is, but right now we're seeing it well enough. Right now we're seeing it well enough. Come on, let's get to 30. Just put a pair of 15s on the board to start. And then we'll deal with the weekend. Want to stay in plat all year? I would like to stay in plat all year as well. I think my aspirations are to hopefully get back at least where we were in terms of WGR. Get up into the 20s. I would love at some point to break into the top 20. You know, I always felt like we were a better player than I could ever get my WGR to reflect. Like, I could just never do quite well enough in tournaments. Just never quite get it to that point that I would be fully happy with. 117. All right, this is gonna be an interesting one, but I think what we're gonna do here is throw this up into the wind. Or not up into the wind, throw it up into this back slope. Little backstop action here. And let her roll back down. Unfortunately, it ended up pitching out a little bit more to the left. I was hoping it would be a little more right, because that came down the way we'd like it to. All right, just a little bit off, but we've been reading putts. We've been making things happen. Just left it a little bit low this time. That's all right, though. That's all right. 29 under through 2 is definitely way better than I would have expected going into this. I see these scores and I see people absolutely just crushing it, and that's a point that I would love to be at. But if we can consistently knock out around 14 to 15, I mean, most tournaments that's gonna be pretty good. So I'm quite pleased. Tournament 1 back into plat. How we're playing through 2. Hopefully we can clean it up on the weekend and do just as well, if not better.